Alright, good evening, guys. MWUSA Season 3, Episode 153. It is the evening of Wednesday evening, and I am just pulling off this exit to go meet my friend, and we are going to take one car to the next few casinos, and it's going to be a long overnight, and you can catch up by listening to Season 3, Episode 152. I don't want to rehash everything and make this too long, but I'm meeting him right now, and we're going to take off. So right now it is 94 degrees outside, and the sun will be going down here soon, and I will be back to update you when I have some information. Alright guys, I am back. So I ended up meeting my friend. He picked me up from a location, and we moved on to our first casino. At that casino, we walked around for a little bit at the beginning, and we found a couple plays that we split. First one went kind of badly, and the others went pretty well, and we ended up winning $232 each. And then I played a little bit of slots on my own, then went and played some blackjack. As far as the slots, overall, I ended up ahead another $123, and then went and played some double-deck blackjack with excellent rules, and basically there were only a few people in that area, so they were kind of keeping an eye, but not too close. But I spread short, like 50 to 200. I would have gone higher, but I never got more than like a true 3.5. I may have gone higher. I don't know what I could have gotten away with there, but so my low for the session was minus 300. My high for the session was plus 500, and I left ahead 500 after about 35 minutes. I just don't want to spend a lot of time on those tables. Last time I played there, I spread 25 to 125, and they were watching me the whole time, so I just didn't want to have any issues there, because I can do other things there as well. So let me see, right now sun is down, and we're moving on to another casino. A little bit of a change of plans. We're not going to go to the original casinos we were going to go to, but we're going to go to some closer ones. This one is almost an hour away, so we're going to do that next, and then we'll figure out what we're doing from there. On my way here, I did do some office work. I still have a lot more to do, and hopefully by morning I'll be all caught up on everything and ready for my 8:45 meeting in the morning. So I'm going to let you go right now. I'll be back. Alright guys, I am back. So we moved on to the next casino, and we actually parked down the street from the casino, which actually reminds me that when we were at the casino before this, my friend showed me a cool little gadget that he bought. It's a license plate hider. It basically has a piece of black plastic that when he pushes a button inside his car will go down over the license plate and cover it up. I think he said he paid $88 for it. And he has a light inside the car that's green when it's up and red when the license plate is covered. And he could do that anytime while he's driving, whatever. So that was a pretty cool gadget. But we parked down the street from this casino to avoid those license plate readers. But we went in and looked around at slots, and then eventually split up, and he went and played blackjack first while I looked at slots. Then we switched places, and we both ended up doing all right. I ended up ahead 575 on the blackjack. That was actually a pretty quick session, and I ended up down $24 on the slots, which was a lot worse. At one point I was down almost 300 and came back to end minus 24. So right now it's getting late, almost midnight, and we're heading back to the casino we came from before this one, and we're going to try to hit that one more time and then head back toward the city that I left earlier. So that's what's going on right now, and I'll come back and update you. Alright guys, I am back. So it's just me at this point. We did go back to that casino again, and we did look at slots. A lot of them were shut down because they were actually taking the time to clean them individually. So the area was closed in a lot of the casino, and each slot machine was being cleaned separately. So I did play 2 slots while I was there, and I ended up ahead 111 on those. I did play some more double deck blackjack. However, I didn't play for very long. When I got back to that area, the same dealer was still at that table, and luckily for me, he got tapped out by someone and he was on his way home. So that was fine. But then the pit boss says, hey, when you were here before, did you give us your card? So that was a bad sign. And then the other pit boss, who I didn't see, had just come back from her break, so she was there as well. So I wasn't going to leave with a positive count, and I wasn't going to leave with a new shoe. So I waited until I had a big negative count. So I had a -9 with about a deck to go, and I ended up leaving at that point, and I was ahead $275. So plus another $275, and then we left that casino, and we drove over to where my car was. I picked up my car, moved all my stuff over, and right now I am driving back to the city that I came from originally, and I still have a lot of work to do for the office. Right now it's almost 3 a.m. So I have 5.5 hours to, I'm going to play at 2 different casinos, and I am also going to do all my work that I was supposed to do yesterday overnight here, so all the next 5 hours. So, yeah. Did I miss a road here? I hope not. No, I'm looking good. So, yeah, I think I'm okay. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll come back and kind of update you along the way, let you know what's going on. I think I am over 4,000 profit right now for the day, for the overnight, and we'll see what happens from here. So for now, I'm letting you go, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I am back. I did make it to the next casino. It was about an hour drive from where my car was. I made it here, went in, looked around, and didn't see any kind of slot plays initially. So I continued on back to the blackjack area, played blackjack for a while. I can't say that the pit boss was happy to see me. He really thought that I had a card there and thought I should give it to him, but got past that, and I bought in for $500, played for a while, got as low as -300 and as high as +600, and ended up leaving +600 without too much drama, but negative counts, and just walked away. There was one other table open with someone on it, and decided not to play that. And then and the point of all this is I want to hit the overnight shift, and right now by the time I get to the next casino, there's going to be like 45 minutes before that shift changes. So I want to hit that shift and then leave before that 45 minutes is up, if I'm ahead anything at all. If I'm down, I'll continue on and whatever, no big deal. But anyway, I did leave ahead 600 on the blackjack, and then I played some slots. Initially had a little bit of trouble, was down as much as $100, $120 something like that. 160 actually, I remember clearly actually. So I was down as much as 160 and ended up leaving that session ahead 73. So I don't know where we are math-wise here, but probably 4,000-ish, 4,500-ish, I don't know. So the goal right now is going to be to hit one more casino real quick before a shift change, then go back to the car, get at least an hour or so of work done, a solid hour, and then go back into the same casino, hit them one more time if possible, come back to this casino and sleep for about 2 hours, get up for my meeting, go into the casino, play some blackjack, and then start heading toward home and hitting the casinos on the way back home. So just to summarize, ended the session ahead 73 on the slots and 600 on the blackjack, and we're moving on to another casino, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I am back walking through the parking lot here. The smell of vomit and pee filling the air, the night air, with that aroma that is the casino. Back in my car. Alright. This door locked here for some crazy person who would be out at this hour. What the heck? What is going on here? Alright. Okay. So, I thought the next shift is coming in very soon. I'm not going to have a lot of time to play slots. I better just head straight back to the blackjack area, get my session in, and then I could do slots afterward. Oh no, that was not meant to be. I go to the blackjack area, and there are only 2 tables. One of them has someone on it, and both of them are $100 tables. The one that has someone on it, obviously, I don't want to get in there. And then the other one is about halfway through a shoe, and this place never kills the shoe, never. So what do? Do I play $100 in a shoe that I have, 20% cards that I'm going to play, 20% penetration, meaning they cut off 80%? There's no way. I'm not doing that at $100. I don't want to do that at $5. So I said, well, I'm not playing it at 100. And of course, at that point, they can say, oh, well, we can lower it for you to 50 or whatever. No, instead, they just kept silent, which told me that they're not doing anything to help me. And I am in a little police situation here around me. Got 3 police cars around me. All right. I don't know what they're doing. They're doing something with this car. Anyway, hopefully they're helping him. All right, so I end up walking away from the table, and I'm not feeling good about it because I wanted to get that session in, because EV-wise, it's a couple $100, even on a $50 table. So I went and looked at slots, and I thought, this will just take a minute and I'll be out of here. And I found one machine that had a play on it. It was an okay play, not a great play, but it paid very well. I left that machine ahead $101, so that was very nice, and it was a small bet for that machine as well, so that was really good. And then I looked around that whole area, couldn't find anything, went to a different area, and I've already checked these must-hit buys 3 times in the last 22 hours, and I haven't found anything. And this time I found something. It was a $250 must-hit buy with a $100 must-hit buy under it, and the 250 was in range, and I actually ended up hitting the $100 must hit by under it 3 times before the 250 finally hit. I was looking for about 70% return to player to be even, and it actually was way better than that. Definitely had good variance on that one, and I ended up leaving that casino ahead overall for the slots $423. So there you go. I got more than the EV I would have had for blackjack. I got it in slots. I am moving on. Now, my goal right now is going to be to get some work done and get some sleep. And then after that, I can get up and maybe get a blackjack session, maybe not. Definitely get some slots in, and then head out of the area. So my first meeting is coming up in just hours here. The sun will be coming up very soon, so I got to get on it. So at this point, I am going to go to the next casino. I'm going to find a nice private area, plug in my laptop and my cell phone and everything, get everything all set up, log into my work stuff, connect my VPN, and actually get some work done. And I'm hoping that in an hour or so I can knock it all out and I can be the hero for tomorrow and my 10 meetings that I have tomorrow. So as it turns out, 2 of the longer meetings for tomorrow are ones I put on my calendar earlier because they always ruin my Thursday and Friday. So I put some fake meetings on there just to block off the time so they wouldn't keep adding meetings to my calendar. So in actuality, it's only 8 meetings that I have in the morning. So right now, I am going to go to the next casino, and I will be back to update you. Alright guys, real quick, while I'm thinking about it, let's do our little side segments that we do. I'm probably going to have one more blackjack session, but no matter, it probably won't change much. First, what did you eat today, MW? So I'm trying to take the advice of eating better and working on my health. And yesterday I had a chef salad. It had ham and turkey and plenty of greens, tomatoes, things like that. And what else did I have? I had 2 candy bars throughout the day just to keep going. And I had a couple slices of pizza, and that was what I ate for the day. So trying to improve, trying to get better slowly. And then what did you tip, MW? And yesterday I tipped between all the blackjack sessions, which I don't even know how many there are. I will get the count and the totals for you, but I tipped a total of $5. So a total of $5 in tips yesterday, and we went over the food, and yeah, that's what's going on. I doubt, unless I hit a jackpot, I doubt I'll be tipping anything this morning, so that should hold for the rest of the episode. So I'll be back. Alright guys, 5 a.m. Just finished up all my work for the office. Everything is caught up. I have a couple scans I will run tomorrow. Nothing of consequence. Everything else is done. All the reports are done. All the tickets are done. All the security incidents are closed up and taken care of, and everything is ready to go. At this point, I do need to sleep, but I think I want to try to get one blackjack session in real quick, then come back to the car, get some sleep, and then go back and play slots for sure, maybe blackjack, but not positive, and I'll get some numbers for you as well for the last day or so. So all done with all my work, and I'm going back into this casino. Alright guys, I'm back. I am heading out of the casino right now, and unfortunately no blackjack. I couldn't find a table to play. The few tables that were open were full, They also had bad rules, so I wasn't going to do that. So I looked around slots, couldn't find anything there. So I ended up going to the poker room, and there were only a couple games going, and one of them was a 1-3 no limit game. I bought in for $300 and started playing. Did pretty well, pretty much the whole time. I had one hand where I got pinched. I had an 8-9 suited, and the flop was 10 jack 2. I raise, I get a call, turn is a 7. I'm feeling good. Now I have the nut straight, and I make it 55, and he calls, and the river is a 9, which is a terrible card, and he goes all in, and I know I'm dead. I call anyway. He has the queen 8 for a bigger straight, so I have a jack high straight. He's got a queen high straight thanks to that 9. So that takes me down from, I was up like 300 or so at that point, and that took me to being down about 70 or 80, and then just started clawing back again, and had a couple good hands, one good bluff, and ended the session, I'm trying to remember, plus $233. So plus 233 on the 1-3 no limit. And I'm going to the car right now. The sun should be up, and I need to get some rest. So let me get an hour and 45 minutes sleep, and then I will go back in the casino. I'll have half an hour to do what I need to do, and then I will go back to the car and start my meeting, and then I'll start heading out from there. So that's what's going on right now. Plus 233 on the 1-3 no limit, and heading back to the car right now. Gonna get a nap, and then I'll be back in the casino. All right, guys, I am back. So it is now 9 a.m. and I did sleep about an hour and a half in the car, which is good. I'm feeling better. You always feel a little sore when you get up after sleeping in the car, but I feel all right. And I woke up 15 minutes before my meeting was set to start, so I ran in the casino and just looked to see if there's any kind of plays that I could make money on. Definitely blackjack was not going to be an option. There was no time for that. I did play a couple slot machines, and I ended up ahead $388 more. So now stepping back and looking at the big picture, from yesterday when I left home at like 6 a.m. I got to my first casino after 9 a.m. Till now it's been less than 24 hours total, and overall I am ahead $6,662. So a nice overnight so far. It's not completely over yet. We are heading off to another place, which is on the path home, and we'll see what we can do there. We don't really have a lot of time to do much, but we'll look at slots. I also need gas. We'll get some gas. We'll do that probably real soon, and we'll finish out the rest of the trip, and we'll see what happens. So far, it's been good. I can't complain. Variance has been with me. I needed an easier week. I mean, it's not over. I still have tomorrow. We'll see what happens with that, but it did feel good to get some chips cashed. It felt good to have some decent sessions, a little bit lower stress this week than last week. So anyway, letting you go right now. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. So got gas, and earlier this morning, a friend of mine who listens to the podcast told me that the podcast is no longer appearing on Apple, and I looked, and he was right. I contacted Spotify, and this MP3 audio recorder that I'm using somehow is not an MP3 file. So I'm going to try to upload episode 151 again. See if I can do that while I'm driving. Just convert the file to an MP3 again, and then we'll see if it shows up this afternoon or tomorrow. And then I have these last 2 episodes to upload as well. So we'll see what happens. And right now, still heading off to the next casino, and I'll be back. Alright guys, it's about an hour later. I did take that file for season 3 episode 151, and although allegedly it was already an MP3, I converted it to an MP3 again, and it looks like Apple is picking it up now, so sorry about that. I will be publishing 150, well, that was 151, so I'll be publishing 152 and 153 today, and it should be available everywhere. Unfortunately, that means I have 4 steps to publish, so still looking for a better way to do things, but for now, at least this works. And anyway, I did go into the next casino. I looked at slots. That's really all I care about at this point. Blackjack at this casino is not very good at all. So I played some slots. Let me see, just how many? 1, 2, 3 slots. All of them short-term plays, like 30 seconds or less, and ended up leaving ahead $57. That puts me at plus $6,719 if I have my math right for the trip, and it's still early in the day. I am going to continue on my trip home, and there may be some more gambling here in our future today. So although I do have all those meetings, by the time this evening gets here, I may be able to play poker or something else, but right now I'm going to focus on safely getting home, taking care of stuff for work, and then I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I am back. So as I'm continuing my trip here, I just wanted to go over a few things with you. For the trip, we were ahead 67.19, which we already talked about. I ended up with 15 total stops, so going from place to place to place to place. And how many different casinos was that? Let me just think. For 6 casinos. Is that all 6? 6 casinos that I traveled between, and I visited one of them once, one of them twice, and the rest of them multiple times, for a total of 15 total stops on this trip. And you can see how you have all these different casinos, and you're coming on different shifts, and you're playing at different tables, like high limit, low limit, all those different things you can blend in. And the reason that I fought overnights for a while, other than wanting to be home with the family, is because I didn't want to be seen that much, and I think I have a decent balance here. I'm still not totally convinced on the overnight thing, the whole overnight, but we're dealing with it. So when I was talking to my friend yesterday, I explained to him about the thing I was trying to do with setting up a deck so that no matter where it's cut, overall the player is going to lose. And he had a good idea, and he told me about it. And then I said, man, that actually just happened to me today, where earlier in the first of the 2 episodes for today, I mentioned that beginning of a shoe, a bunch of aces came out, and then a hand with 4 aces, and then a hand with 5 aces. And his idea was, if you have aces surrounded by 2s and 3s, then the player's never going to get blackjack, and that's really a big part of your advantage, is having that 3-2 blackjack, which is true. So that's an interesting concept. So anyway, I thought I would mention that. This morning I laid down from like 6:30 till 8 o'clock, and it was like 71 degrees when I laid down, and it was almost 90 when I woke up. It was 84 when I woke up. So it is going to be a hot day, but I was sweating like crazy because I didn't want to leave the car running the whole time, and I thought, it's like 72 outside. It's about room temperature. It shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, so okay, so now the only thing I have to work out is whether or not we're going to play some poker tonight. I'm leaning more toward not playing poker, just because I've been up so much, and tomorrow's going to be another 450. Sorry about that. It'll be another 450 mile trip tomorrow. So I'm leaning toward not playing poker. And then of course Sunday. Yeah. So let's just make the decision right now. I'm not going to play poker. We started yesterday ahead about 800, I think, for the week. And last week, I think we lost about 6,000. I haven't added it up yet. But just with the 800 I was ahead, plus the over $7,000 that I made on the strip, that puts me ahead for the week about $8,000. So $7,500. So that's definitely beneficial, and we're moving in the right direction. As I said, next week you're going to have a limited number of episodes. I may do a little bit for my vacation, but since my vacation isn't anything to do with gambling, it has more to do with just family fun. I mean, even when I went to Alaska, it had to do with gambling. The Alaska trip was given to me by a casino. There was slots and things there, and so it did have something to do with gambling. Next week, the area that we're going to in Canada is going to go by a couple casinos. So on the way there, I'm going to stop at one casino and pick up some free stuff, and then on the way back, stop by a casino and pick up some free stuff. And so we should make a little tiny bit of either money from machines or benefit somehow from getting something for free. So that's what's going on. Let's call it a day. I'm still about an hour and a half away from home. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.